திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். நம பார்வதி பதையே. ஹரஹர மகாதேவா. சிற்சபேசா சிவசிதம்பரம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். திருக்கயிலாய பரம்பரை மெய்கண்ட சந்தானம் திருவாவடுதுறை ஆதீனம் ஸ்ரீ குரு மகா சந்நிதானத்தின் அருளானையின் வண்ணம் மார்கழி மாதம் முதல் திருநாள் எம்பெருமான் மாணிக்கவாசக பெருமான் அருளி செய்த திருவாசகத்தில் திருப்பள்ளியெழுச்சியில் ஒரு பாடல் விண்ணப்பம் செய்யப்படுகிறது. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். போற்றி என் வாழ் முதல் ஆகிய பொருளே புலர்ந்தது பூங்கழற்கு இணை துணை மலர் கொண்டு. போற்றி என் வாழ் முதல் ஆகிய பொருளே புலர்ந்தது பூங்கழற்கு இணை துணை மலர் கொண்டு. ஏற்றில் திருமுகத்து எமக்கருள் மலரும் எழில் நகை கொண்டு திருவடி தோழுகோ. தேற்றிதழ் கமலங்கள் மலரும் தன்வயல் சூழ் திருப்பெரும் தூரை ஊரை சிவபெருமானே. ஏற்றுய கோடி உடையாய் எனை உடையாய் எம்பெருமான் பள்ளி எழுந்தருளாய். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
சிவா திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். நம பார்வதி பதையே. ஹரஹர மகாதேவா. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனை போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். I take pleasure in worshipping the golden feet of Shri Guru Maha Sannidhanam, who holds the 24th Guruvira of Thirukkayilaya Parambarai, Meykanda Santhaanam, Thiruaavaduthirai Adheenam, with the grace of Sri Gnanamanaraja Peruman, Aatheena Guru Mudalva Sri Umabharathy, and Aatheena Kuladevam Srimat Madhava Svainana Yogigal, with my mind, speech, and body. With the blessings of Sri Guru Maha Sannidhanam, today is the first day of the Dhanurman's reflection on Saivism. We will reflect on the first song interpretation of Thiruppalliyeluchi, bestowed by Sri Manikavasaga Peruman. Let us begin our discussion today by placing a request at the feet of the Aatheena Guru Mudalva Sri Umabharathy, asking for the grace to convey what is as it is and to express what has been conveyed as it is conveyed. Before proceeding to the verse, let us consider the circumstances in which the verse was composed and the reason for its composition. And then we will move on to the first verse. During the time when Sri Manikavasaga Peruman resides in Thiruppalliyeluchi, he composed the 10 verses of Thiruppalliyeluchi, which are meant to awaken the Lord from his sleep at dawn. At the time of Vaigarai means dawn, the time when darkness disappears and light began to appear. The Thirupadigam Thiruppalliyeluchi, which is composed of chanting the holy name of the Lord and praying, "Please remove the confusion in my knowledge and grant me the true wisdom," is performed. What does Vaigarai mean in this? It refers to the time when power of Trodhan, which hides souls and allowed them to experience the consequences of their actions, manifest as the power of grace. So, what happens if the power of Trodhan is manifest as the power of grace? நீரணிந்தார் அகத்திருளும் கிரை கங்குற் புறத்திருளும் மாறவரும் திருப்பள்ளி எழுச்சியினில். This is what the divine secular stated in the biography of Tirunavukkarasa Nayanar in Tirutondar Puranam. When the power of Throdan manifests as the power of grace, the ignorance of soul, steeped in ignorance, will be dissipated and enlightenment will occur. Okay. Now, let's move on to the verse. First verse. போற்றியன் வாழ்முதலாகிய பொருளே உலர்ந்தது பூங்கலர் இணைத்துணை மலர் கொண்டு ஏற்றினின் திருமுகம் எமக்கருள் மலரும் எழில் நகை கொண்டு நின் திருவடி தொழுவோம். சேற்றிதழ் கமலங்கள் மலரும் தன் வயல் சூழ் திருப்பெரும் துறையுரை சிவபெருமானே ஏற்றுயர் குடியுடையாய் என உடையாய் எம்பெருமான் பள்ளி எழுந்தருளாயே. This is the first line of the verse. This is the first verse. In the first line of the verse, Sri Manikavasagar has graciously stated, போற்றியன் வாழ்முதலாகிய பொருளே. Praise to be the one who is the very foundation of my life. Foundation of life refers to the basis of life. What life? The life we live, consisting of the body, senses, world, and experiences that we have received according to our karma. It refers to the kind and skillful grace that in the beginningless time, in the ancient state of absolute isolation, took pity and showed immense compassion upon us, who lay like stationary stones, submerged in the darkness of Anabam. It bestowed upon us bodies, senses, worlds, and experience, bringing us to the state of completeness, making us worthy beings, and granting us the maturity to attain the state of purity. Next. உலர்ந்தது பூங்கலர் இணைத்துணை மலர் கொண்டு. The dawn broke with the offering of the pair of flowers like feet. Here, pair of flower like feet refers to the two types of flowers, the pod flowers and the complementary flower. The pod flower is a flower that is identical to another. The complementary flower is a flower that exists as a pair. What does this signify? The paired flower, what does it signify? It refers to the flowers offered at the Lord's lotus feet, which are soft, fragrant, and beautiful like flowers. What do the Lord's feet represent? Lord Shiva's feet represent? They represent the Lord's power of knowledge and power of action, Jnana Sakti and Kriya Sakti. The offering made upon the represents our own power of knowledge and power of action as souls. Next, in the second line of the verse, Sri Manikavasagar has stated, ஏற்றினின் திருமுகம் எமக்கருள் மலரும் எழில் நகை கொண்டுவின் திருவடி தொழுவோம். With a beautiful smile that blossoms on your radiant face, we worship your holy feet. We are waiting to offer flowers at your lotus feet and worship your holy feet upon seeing your smiling face. Please awaken and grace us with your presence. The smile of Lord Shiva bestows many benefits. It has the smile that destroyed the three cities called Tiruppuram. It also that smile that grants grace to his devotees. Here, the destruction of three cities represents the removal of three impurities. That means malas, anavam, kanvam, and maya. Granting grace to devotees signifies attaining the divine feet of the Lord. So, the smile of Lord Shiva signifies both the removal of bondage and the attainment of divine grace. What should we do to make the beautiful smile blossom on Lord Shiva's face? In the third line of the verse, Sri Manikavasagar says, சேற்றிதழ் கமலங்கள் மலரும் தன் வயல் சூழ் திருப்பெருந்துறையுரை சிவபெருமானே. O Lord Shiva, who resides in Thirupalliyeluchi, surrounded by cool fields where muddy-petaled lotus bloom. Where muddy-petaled lotuses bloom. What does this remind us of? it brings to mind the first verse of the wisdom text, Ulagudaya Nayanar Kalinedi, composed by Sri Ulagudaya Nayanar, which describes the lotus of tattvas that sprouts from the root of Maya in the mire of Kanma within the pond of Anavam. One must invoke the Lord with a dark throat who resigns all tattvas and resides in Thiruppalliyeluchi, the great Lord Shiva, to be seated upon his lotus of tattvas and perform inner worship. What will happen if we do that? ஏற்றுயர் கொடியுடையாய் எனைவுடையாய் எம்பெருமான் பள்ளி எழுந்தருளாயே, says Sri Manika Vasaga in the fourth line of the verse. O Lord, with a high flying flag, my master, our great Lord, please awaken and grace us with your presence. High flying flag, a flag held high. What does a flag held high signify? When is the flag held high? During victory, when my master, when he takes me as his servant. So by worshipping Lord Shiva, who resides in Thiruppalliyeluchi, surrounded by cool fields where lotus flowers bloom in the mud, one can become a servant of the Lord with a bull emblem. A Shiva who is formless, both formless and with form, and who assumes a divine form, will sever the bonds of our ego, remove the enemy of ignorance, raise the flag of victory, and graciously take us under his protection, assuring us fear not. I conclude the first verse of the Thiruppalliyeluchi, placing a request at the holy feet of Sri Guru Maha Sannidhanam that he may cut the bonds of our ego, dispel the enemy of ignorance, raise the flag of victory, and graciously grant us salvation in this very lifetime. We will meet again tomorrow with the second verse. Siva Siva Thiruchitrambalam.